So this is my leadership presentation. Obviously I didn't take all the classes, this is the one class I took, so my outlook is more of getting what I got from this class and explaining what things stood out for me. One thing I got from the interview paper and my leadership, what is it called, position paper, is each person I talked about had this common vision concept to talk about with their whole team. I mean, they utilized, every time they started up a team, they always wanted a common vision that got them to the right spot. And a great quote by Jim Collins was, "A great organization has superior performance to its mission, makes a distinctive impact, and achieves lasting endurance beyond any one leader." So I definitely think as a leader, I want to explain to my team and my fellow peers that a common vision is important and that we'll all have the same expectations for what we'll reach in the future. The next point that stood out was building trust and creating a team of integrity. Trust is assured reliance on the character, ability, strength of someone. And obviously building trust in every aspect of life is vital, but specifically with the team and being a leader, cultivating trust inside a team will make everything better for your team and more efficient. Commitment comes from trust. The team will be more committed. Integrity is ethical leadership. Obviously, I want to have integrity every job I have, so if I instill that in others, I think that's vital for my whole life. And Mick Ukleja, which we learned about in class one time, he had a great quote: "Winning with integrity isn't easy, winning without it is impossible." I think that's a good quote, and I think it's pretty true. Conflict, actually in my team building and leadership course, Jay Martinson, good class. They explained a conflict in Chinese, they're represented by two symbols, danger and opportunity. So I mean, conflict I kind of shied away from. I mean, I don't really like addressing conflict. So I mean, there is a sense of opportunity that could be obtained from this conflict. This could be started with unmet or violated expectations, and that goes back to my common vision and expectation approach on how I want to deal with team building. Bill Hybels had a great quote on this. He said, "Conflict is an opportunity to strengthen a relationship, and great leadership is relentless development." I just think that really puts the nail in the coffin on conflict here. Vulnerability. This is obviously vital to be humble as a leader, and obviously we always talk about humble like in being servant leaders, but I think vulnerability is key because that even brings out trust and it brings out every aspect of commitment from the team, and then they just feel more of a sense of equality rather than a hierarchy of like you can't even reach the boss. Patrick Lencioni said, "When leaders are genuinely vulnerable, people will walk through the fire for them." And obviously I want people to do that. There's actually a story of my dad. He used to work at this printing company. He messed up a printing job, and his boss came up to him and was like, "Hey, you messed this up, like you need to fix it." But his boss stood up for him and just took the blame for the whole company. So I mean, you see that like this leader walked through the fire for them. So obviously my dad worked his hardest to get this job fixed and other jobs. So it's like these one moment that just builds up to a cultivating moment of trust and vulnerability. Key quotes from interviewees that I interviewed. David Blank said, "Shut up, let others lead sometimes." I don't know if he was talking to me when I was interviewing him, but either or. He says he takes on too much work, so I mean, it's good that he knows and realizes that he needs to shut up and let others lead sometimes. My dad, I interviewed, Robert Gill. He said, "Earn trust and stand up for them." Obviously, from that story I just told, you can tell that through his whole life he wants to earn trust and stand up for them. And Derek Miller, the pastor of River Valley, I also interviewed. He said, "You can never stop learning and stay humble." Obviously, that goes into like my key point of vulnerability and staying humble. So that's key. And this is the last slide. I just like this quote from Jim Collins because it's a good one. Okay, let's just ignore that. "It's impossible to have a great life unless it is a meaningful life, and it's difficult to have a meaningful life without meaningful work done with people you love doing it with." So I thought that was just a good ending to leadership capstone class, and just that meaningful life comes with people that you love doing it with. So that's our presentation, and hope you feel better about it. Thanks for being here, Zach Rasp.